This is the ad auction analysis of coffee products. We've got a few contenders in the coffee market. We've got Javi Coffee, Bulletproof Coffee, Chamberlain Coffee, and one more, Black Rifle Coffee. All of these brands launching ads every week, every day sometimes, and trying to get market share from the coffee consumer. So who's winning? Let's check out these different brands and see what they're running in their ads. So I can see all of Javi Coffee's newest ads here. One thing that's really interesting about Javi Coffee is they recently did a House IO analysis of their incrementality and found that their second retargeting campaign in their ad account wasn't incremental. So they turned it off. They have one main Advantage Plus scaling campaign. So this is really interesting, thinking about their structure being completely flattened and the creative doing the huge amount of the work in their account to acquire new customers for them and grow the business on the Facebook and Instagram channel. So let's take a look at their longest running ads that are still turned on. And we can see a few different ads here. We've got split screen in 4 different directions with an offer in the bottom right and their product photography stacked on top of the different representations of the flavor in the other 3 slides. We've got this huge sale with TrustAdvisor reviews above. It says excellent, 4.8 with 19,000 reviews. We've got loads of different variants of flavors here. And it says free gifts with your order, this link only. And we have that big headline text that says huge sale as well. And just like Javi Coffee are famous for doing, they are breaking the rules. Let's take a look at this. They have Black Friday ads still turned on. Your brand, do you have Black Friday ads still turned on? Maybe not. Maybe you're not even offering your Black Friday sale anymore. It's probably not on their website. We can check that out in a second. But they still have it running in their ads. And for some consumers, it feels like they're cheating the system, right? If they can click through on this ad, go to the website and get that offer, they feel like they gamed the system a little bit. They got the best offer, even though it's way later than Black Friday. We're in February now, but this ad has been running for 136 days. This ad too, also another Black Friday ad. I can tell you with 100% confidence that this is not a mistake. Javi Coffee know exactly what they're doing. And whether it's because they want to communicate that feeling of getting a good deal when it's not the right time to get the good deal, hacking the system, getting into the mainframe and getting the best offer possible, or it's just because these ads work for whatever reason. They reach target efficiency at a scale that is good for the business. They have kept them turned on. This one's really interesting. We have those bright red colors. We have the ribbons, the gold ribbons that are sort of holiday-esque. And then we have that black border around this white and gold text. And that text is huge, right? Back in old school Facebook ad days, that would not fly. You would have to be within 20% of the image. But this is not old school Facebook, and this is very hard sell Javi Coffee right here. Up to 59% off plus free gifts. And I think that the word free, taking a look at the ad auction analysis, is very popular in coffee. So let's keep looking here. I want to see this ad, the one they kept turned on the longest. They launched this on September 21st, 2024, and it's still running 146 days later. So let's press play. Very cool. So we've got some fun, high energy music, very dynamic. Things are being animated around. We've got very big, bold text, right? It's not in that first shot, but then it comes in, it flashes. There's a split screen with a very delicious photos of product just being animated. This isn't even a video, it's just photos moving around, right? A little soft animation, but this is working. Limited release, restock with a little cool heart eye emoji for the O, and some cool photography of their products with different mixtures, recipes of their products here, as we can see the product in a glass with milk and other additives. Very fun. Let's take a look at the ad copy on this, because as this is their longest running ad, I'm really interested in what is working and all the different component parts. So after getting thousands of requests to bring this flavor back, we listened. Caramel Brulee is back for a limited time only, and then an arrow pointing down to the media. And then at try.javicoffee.com, we have the headline, asked and answered. Caramel Brulee is back in capitals, plus free gifts. Very cool. Let's check out the full AI analysis, and we can see we've got nostalgia. We're appealing to those people who miss this product, or to those people who feel like they might miss this product, right? If you've never seen this product, but you hear that it's been requested, thousands of people requested, bring this flavor back, this might be very attractive to new customers. We've got engagement. We're telling people, hey, come and get it back and get free gifts too. And we've got urgency, right? This is a limited release. It's a limited restock. If you want the caramel brulee flavor variant of the Javi Coffee product, you have to go now and go get it. I love this ad. I think it's great. Let's check out what the landing page is that they're using, because that is interesting. So we can see the landing page here is try Javi Coffee. We have this big announcement bar at the top. We have a countdown timer, only 2 hours up to 56% off. And then we have this editorial style landing page, 10 reasons why this guilt-free iced coffee is taking over in 2025. It was last updated 3 days ago. That seems like it might be dynamic as well. So we've got a summary right at the top, most convenient, flavorful coffee ever made. Keep reading to learn more. 1, you can take back your time. Meet the most convenient coffee. You can stay summer fit year round, right? You want to be in good shape. You can make healthy dupes in second. People like dupes. This is very trendy on social media platforms. It makes the perfect protein coffee. Very fun. We have this buy now button, get 56% off right at the bottom. And we have verified lowest price ever. So people who are price sensitive know that they can get the best deal. It's an ultimate money saver. This is interesting. There's a dollar bill being dipped into, is it dollar bill? It's a $100 bill being dipped into a coffee. Nuts. Very fun. Bonus, you can get Javi for under $1 per coffee for a limited time here. So there's lots of different calls to action throughout this editorial style landing page. And then we have that button here. I think one of the mistakes when we're running ads is to completely ignore the landing page, right? And when you use something like maybe Ad Library, some other tools, you don't get to see that landing page and see it printed into your ad account. Here, under landing pages, I have a collection of the landing pages. I can see exactly what our coffee competitors are running and which landing pages are the most popular. And I've also got a forever snapshot of that landing page here in both mobile and desktop, so that if they decide to change their landing page, I have an impression of what it was before they updated it. So that's very cool. Let's get back to the ad auction analysis and move on from Javi Coffee into another brand. Let's look at Bulletproof Coffee and see what they're doing. So Bulletproof Coffee, I believe it's an MCT oil-led coffee brand or coffee product. The idea being giving you energy, allowing you to achieve more things. I want to see their longest running ads again. And before I put on that active filter, I want to see what worked best for them. What were their top performers, or at least the ones that they spent a lot of money on because they kept them turned on for a long time. And I'm going to save those to our top performers board here under our coffee ad auction analysis. Now let's check out these ads. Very cool. Yeah, I think I've actually bought this once off of Amazon. Cool product, very inspiring. Be the this, be the that. We're seeing it in lifestyle contexts. They're drinking a healthy drink. They're doing exercise. He's experiencing, a little bit of hardship. Be the proof, right? Unleash your power. Very cool. Let's check out this one. We've got a split screen, us versus them. I love this ad format. I think it's very well done. Let's check it out. No audio, us, 0 sugar, them, 210 grams of sugar. That's crazy. That's diabetes in a cup. So very interesting. We've got vitamin gummies with nothing to hide. So we're moving away from that core product that was in that main ad, and we're saying that we're sugar-free, right? We're pectin-based, no gelatin, and it's science-backed ingredients. People really love science, right? People love to be a science person, so it's great to have that involved. It gives people a lot of security. Well, I trust the science, so I'm going to buy Bulletproof Coffee. Let's check out this one. Again, another animation. We've got some benefit icons here. Try the new Bulletproof starter kit today. So starter kits, right? This is very popular with AG1. Sounds like Bulletproof Coffee ran it for a long time too, but they've turned these off now. None of these are still running. They were turned off. This one just a couple days ago on February 12th, and these ones December 20th and December 20th. So let's add a filter just to see the ones that are still running today. We've got this video ad here.
Want to know my secret to feeling fuller and more energized all day? It's all in my morning coffee. I only use beans that are tested for toxins. Bagged coffee can sometimes have mold toxins, so this is a non-negotiable for me. And now for the guest stars of my routine, brain octane MCT oil and grass-fed beef from Bulletproof. They make my coffee smooth, delicious, and rev up my metabolism first thing in the morning. And that's it, my daily Bulletproof coffee.
Awesome. Very cool. So I really like this voiceover because I feel like a lot of the time with creator voiceovers, it can be quiet, it can be a little bit noisy, maybe there's clipping in the audio, but this is very loud without clipping and it sounds very good. She sounds confident. She's giving us her start the morning with me recipe sort of thing with multiple Bulletproof Coffee products. So merchandising multiple products here. She also references mold toxins. This is something that health conscious people are going to be very aware of. So let's open that up, do an AI analysis, and look, health conscious adults. It's targeting exactly those people, offering security, nurturance, and authority. This is a very cool ad. I think this is awesome. I'm going to save this to our ad auction analysis because I think this ad is likely getting most of the spend in the Bulletproof Coffee ad account. It's been running for 53 days, right? And if you understand ad accounts, you've been in Meta, Instagram, TikTok, you'll know that most ads get no spend and a few ads get all of the spend in the ad account. And this is totally natural. The ad that is the most effective at finding you new customers, at getting people to cross the finish line is your winner, right? You want it to spend most of your budget. You don't want your losers to gobble up your budget and acquire you customers at a cost that's more expensive when you could spend predominantly on your top performing ads, right? And acquire customers more profitably. So I'm definitely saving that one into the ad auction analysis because I want to contend with it when we're making our next coffee ad. Let's take a look at these next ads as well. They're not videos, they're just image ads. We've got some lifestyle photography with some overlaid text on the top. Want 20% off, which is highlighted with their branded orange behind it. Want 20% off coffee. And we have 3 bags, the high achiever, the original, and the mentalist, appealing to 3 different types of people and with 3 different slogans that might resonate with you, right? You might resonate with the mentalist, you might resonate with the high achiever, but you might also just want the original, right? The pure flavor, the original product. You can see here in the ad copy, you read that right, start a subscription. So it's a subscription offer with the 20% off to get high quality clean beans delivered on your schedule, plus 20% off every order, rewards, free shipping, and more. And then we have a benefit emoji bullet list. Here we've got 20% off every order, high quality clean beans delivered on your schedule, rewards, and free shipping. How cool is that? Subscribe and save 20%. That's a great offer for the subscribe and save. So often I see brands running 5 or 10%, 15% subscribe and saves, but 20% is it's a great offer that gets people to come back and buy more. And if you think about a coffee brand which is consumable and replenishable products, you want people to come back. You want to guarantee your lifetime value. And by offering a very attractive subscribe and save offer, you can make that a no-brainer. Let's take a look at the AI analysis here. We've got security. You have a constant supply of clean beans for your coffee. Nurturance, this is your product. It's delicious, right? It's high quality. And then we have authority here as well. This is a subscription offer. We're not saying, hey, please try us out for the first time. We promise you're going to love us. We're saying, do you want 20% off the most incredible coffee on repeat on your schedule? I really like this. I think it's a great ad. Let's save that to our swipe file. Let's actually go into our swipe file and also check out some of these coffee ads and start organizing them. I want to add this to our ad auction analysis for coffee. Right? And this one too, because I feel like I want to really understand that ad auction in this board and see which ads are competing for budget. So let's go back to Bulletproof and check out some more of their longest running active ads here. Of course, we've got all benefits, no hassles, the same lifestyle photography flat layer of their 3 product variants, and then a different square version for their feed placements, right? Their Instagram and Facebook feeds. Scrolling down a little bit, we can see 2 more ads. They've got this one that's been running for 10 days. We don't know if it's a winner yet. I'm not going to save that one. I'm actually not interested in losing ads. I want to look at the ads that they kept turned on. And considering that these 3 were turned on 38 days ago and this one was 53, I think this is the winner and these 3 are doing okay. This one has a testimonial, same flat lay, very low volume of creative here, but let's save it into our ad auction as well because it's likely getting some budget. This one's probably getting all of it. Right, but these ones are likely getting some budget. And maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe one of these is gobbling up all of the budget and this one's just been turned on longer, right? Awesome. So now let's check out some more competitors. Let's come back into our ad auction board here and let's check out Chamberlain Coffee, right? So if we're making ads for Chamberlain Coffee, we probably want visibility of exactly what we're doing on an everyday basis. So what I would do there is add a spider to my own brand, Chamberlain Coffee. And if I do that, then no matter who it is on the team, we can see exactly what we're running. We can see our media mix and we never have any questions about it. So I'm going to find Chamberlain here. I've got a lot of brands spidered. And we're going to add that to our ad hub for Chamberlain Coffee. Now we're in Spider and we're looking at Chamberlain Coffee and I can see that we're running 167 ads currently. 34 of those, 20%, are videos, none are images, none are carousels. The rest are dynamic, right? And that might include images, that might include DPAs, right? But we have standalone video ads. We have no standalone image ads or carousel ads. The rest are dynamic. So let's check these out. Let's see the newest ads launched by Chamberlain.
When I heard that Emma Chamberlain was opening a new coffee shop in LA, I literally got out of my seat and ran. The cafe is located at Westfield Century City Mall, and I've never been here before, but it's actually so freaking nice. I did have to wait in quite the line because I made the mistake of coming on the Sunday after opening day, but literally anything for Emma, I was still so excited to try the coffee and the food. The interior was so cute and so on brand for her. There were so many little details that I felt like just screamed Emma, and I loved it. I kept seeing everyone trying out her signature drinks, the peanut butter mocha and the salted pistachio matcha. I knew I wanted to try the matcha, but I did want to try something from the regular menu as well. So I also got an iced lavender latte with cream top. For pastries, I opted for the strawberry almond croissant and the miso queen amande, which I had no idea what that was, but it just looked good, so I got it. Despite the crowds, the workers were so sweet here, and my total came out to $33.94 for everything. Definitely on the pricier side, but I mean, look at these drinks. By this time, my stomach was growling taking this video, but I was so excited to try these out. This lavender latte was literally so good. I was giggling, kicking my feet. Like 10 out of 10 if you're into lavender lattes, definitely get that. The strawberry almond croissant was so good and definitely my favorite out of the 2 pastries that we tried. Now, for the matcha, I would say it's good if you like sweet drinks. It's not as matcha forward as other matchas I've had in the past, but it's still really, really good and literally tastes like a dessert. The miso queen amande was super unique, and I loved the flavor combination of the toffee on the bottom and the miso inside, and clearly this was Donovan's favorite out of the 2. Overall, I think Emma did a great job with this cafe and the selections. It's very her, it's very on brand, and everything was so yummy. If you're in the area, you absolutely should check this out.
So this is a really interesting ad. It's almost a minute and a half long, and I think that there was some really interesting parts to this. Again, we have that voiceover from the creator, which was clear and loud, but not clipping. It was very nice. And then we have a lot of these aesthetic shots of inside. But one thing that I thought was really interesting is that she talked about how she had to wait in line. She said, I did have to wait in line because I made the mistake of coming on a Sunday just after they launched. And I think that that's not a bad thing, right? It's expected that you would be waiting right after they launched, but it also communicates the sense that everyone's getting on board with this. I thought there was a lot of shots of some very delicious food products, which I'm not sure if they have on their website, but it definitely communicates that physiological feeling of getting hungry. I see this, and even though I'm not their ideal customer, I'm not in their market, I get hungry, right? I think, oh, I want one of those croissants, or I maybe want one of those lattes. Talking about the different variants of the product as well, the pistachio matcha signature product, the salted pistachio matcha, sounds awesome. Some of these products sound so delicious, and by going through all those different variants of the flavors that you can choose, you're definitely giving yourself the opportunity to create that physiological response of hunger and desire from a lot of people. These close-ups of the pastries as well were awesome. I think that this is a killer ad. One other thing I saw, another objection buster, was she mentioned how it was $30 and it was definitely on the pricier side, but look at these drinks. And then she shows multiple drinks and pastries, and I think $30 for a couple pastries and drinks is actually pretty reasonable. And I think a lot of watchers who hear that are going to go, well, one, this is a premium luxury customer who's probably fine with paying 30, 40, 50 bucks for this. But another thing is that they're probably fine paying 30 bucks for 2 pastries, 2 drinks, right? That's what you would probably expect to pay in a downtown city, major city, for a couple pastries and a couple drinks from Starbucks. So very cool. Very cool ad. I love this ad. Unfortunately, Chamberlain Coffee don't love this ad. They've turned it off already. They launched it on February 11th and they've already turned it off on February 13th. So let's sort by the longest running and we can see some of our top performing ads here. So let's save those into our swipe file. I like these. They've been launched and running for 527 days and they've just been turned off yesterday. This one was turned off yesterday and has been running since 2023. Let's check it out. Okay, so some fun music. Try them today, Chamberlain Coffee. We've got this on-brand bold green color, which is a beautiful green. And then we've got 3 different ways to use the product. So the product's being merchandised in some really interesting contexts. It's stop motion animation, kind of, this sort of a flip book kind of style animation. We have mix it with oatmeal, add it to your favorite baked good, and try it with coffee. I think it's awesome. I think it's a great ad. I wonder why they turned it off. So let's check out some more of these. We've got this one that was running for 501 days. This is a chocolate matcha, right, with these very soft pink tones and pale tones and that branded, green branded color. All right, let's save that to our top performers. But all of these are turned off. Absolutely all of them. They have 167 ads running. So I don't want to get lost in the sauce here, paying attention to ads that are not running anymore and are not being used to find new customers. So I'm going to add that still running filter in. And let's take a look at these. So we've got this one for 53 days. It's back. Stock up on our 4 times sold out matcha before it disappears again. Matcha green tea back in stock. And we've got a lot of those greens back again and some very bright, bold white colors. I love this font. I think it's very cool. It's a graphic and it is their longest running ad right now. Let's add that to the ad auction. And cafe-worthy matcha in your own home, right? So some convenience being expressed here. Around half the amount of time turned on. You can see that this ad was launched on December 6th and it's been running for 32 days, right? Just add water and we have these beautiful packages of these different products, matcha products. Again, matcha seems to be one of their best product variants. It's interesting. There's a lot of matcha going on here, but it's a coffee brand. So maybe that's interesting for product strategy for coffee brands. Then we can see this as well. Cake batter, single serve, back in stock. Stock up while you can. So we've got some fear of missing out, some scarcity going on here. I'm going to save that into our ad auction analysis. And finally, we're down to a video. Get your iced matcha fix for less than $2 a cup. Let's press play.
So overpaying $7+ more for just a cup of matcha, where this I can make so many servings at home and it's honestly so much better than
I love this matcha starter pack because not only do you get the matcha, but you also get a super cute mug and straws.
And just like that, we made our cup of caffeine. Let's do a little taste test. I already know this will be amazing. This is so good. I can't stop drinking. 10 out of 10. I definitely recommend.
Awesome, very cool. I mean, it's interesting. I can kind of see why this might not be the best performing ad, right? It seems like a very earthy, real video. She's obviously not, she's in her pajamas. She's talking about the product. Let's talk to camera to start. Then we move into that voiceover. The voiceover is nice and loud and not clipping again. It's not too pizzazzy, right? She's not, forcing it. It feels very real, like somebody who is in your stories, just talking to you as a friend in their kitchen. I think it's a great ad. I feel like a more dynamic environment would be cool, but I think that the shot is really good. She's very much in focus. She's very bright. She seems to be glowing compared to the background, and it feels very real. This isn't somebody who's wearing caked up makeup, is in very highly produced context. This is somebody who's literally making their morning caffeinated beverage, right? So I like this. I think this is a great ad. Let's save it to our swipe file. So now I want to take a look at that ad auction analysis, understanding that most ads get no spend and some ads get all of our spend. I want to see what's in competition here and brief our creative team to make ads based on the best. Those ads that are in market right now, finding new customers for some of the fastest growing coffee brands and are actually still turned on. Not the ones that were turned on for the longest in the past and not the ones that were just recently launched but turned off immediately. Just the ones that are actually working in the market right now and kept turned on in these Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok ad accounts. So let's start building a brief. Right, so we can see all of these different ads and I can share this in the top right with my creative team and say, hey, make 20 variations of all of these, right? And that could be it, right? If I don't want to add any more context, we've got a really nice groove. I can send this board to my creative team in Slack, in Asana, whatever happens to be, any project management tools, and they can get to work creating it with whatever tool set is most effective right now. So if you think about this research, it's entirely divorced from the tool set. You might be using AI tools, UGC creators, influencers, in-house graphic designers that put together these text overlays on these graphics, but none of that is involved in this process. All of that fluxes, right? If you think about the sort of AI tool that's going to be really effective today, it's not going to be the same AI tool that's effective in a year's time, most likely. Maybe even a month, the AI tool of the month will have changed. So we're sending this over to our designers, to our ad creative team to make the best work that they possibly can. And we also can see a few more in the bottom that we haven't talked about here, like these free gift angles from Black Rifle Coffee. I think this is really interesting because we saw something very similar from Javi Coffee, free gifts with your order, but it looks like Black Rifle Coffee have it in all of their creatives, all of their longest running ads, the ones that they kept on turned on for over 100 days since October 30th, 2024. They all have free gift. And it's not just in a small way. It's not one line like it is here for Javi Coffee. It's in a very big way, right? Free gift is the entire ad for Black Rifle Coffee here. We've got free gift sale, free gift with the purchase of 2 coffees, and then we're merchandising multiple products and multiple images. So I definitely want our coffee brand to do the exact same thing, to take these best performing ads from Black Rifle Coffee, Chamberlain Coffee, Javi Coffee, and Bulletproof Coffee, and make ads that are competitive, that are based on the best with whatever tool set is most effective. And let's build a brief. Why not? So we've got this board. We could share it with our team, but what if I want to go one step further and give extra information? What I can do is I can come to briefs, click new, create brief, and then I can put that in my folder, right, for my Chamberlain Coffee. And I can call this brief our next ad launch. And that could be for, let's say, the month of March. Let's create that brief. And then I'm going to add in our brand profile. I've got AG1 in here. So this is a place where I can put in brand colors, brand guideline docs, fonts. And if I'm working with an agency or even in-house designers, in-house developers and creative teams, I might want to give this information to them in a concise way, right? Without lots of different Canva decks, without different presentations, without different Google Drive, Dropbox folders. I might want it all in one place with the rest of the briefing information. And this is where I can include that, right? So I can include my brand and voice personality, music genres, fonts, brand guidelines docs, tagline, mission statement, all in one place. Web properties like website URLs, social URLs, and any brand assets. Maybe we have Google Drive, maybe we have Dropbox, maybe we have multiple places where we have assets. We can add those in here. And any additional information as well, if I want to include that. Right, then I can attach my inspiration. So we had that, all of our ads from our ad auction analysis. Let's add those in. I want all of them to serve as inspiration here. So let's get those added in now. So I can browse my swipe file and add those ads into the brief. So I'm going to add all of those top performing ads, the ads that these brands kept turned on the longest and are still using right now to find new customers, into our brief. I want all of them in there. I want to do this once. I don't want to do it 600 times for each different angle. I want to include all of these different top performing ads from these different brands. And if I couldn't find them here, just in my swipe file, I could go to a specific board by clicking out of this and navigating to it. Awesome. Let's scroll down and let's click description. And we can add in a description, free gift offer. We can add in something else, size and aspect ratios. We want all of them apart from 2:3. Let's add in our format. These are videos and still images, right? So we're going to take out the format here because there's not one format for this brief. We can add in a target duration, right? If we wanted to. We have videos and images don't have a duration. So let's leave that out. Then let's add in our platforms. We're running this on everything but LinkedIn. And then we can add in our products as well. This is super important. If I give this brief to our team and they don't know which products to focus on, they might make ads based on our products that aren't very good on the front end with new customers. So I definitely want to specify what works for new customers and maybe include multiple products so we have multiple opportunities to win over our new customer. Let's add in some music and sound, right? If we have specifications of what music to use, just in case they use music that we don't have the legal rights to use, and a Loom video. If I want to kill that half-hour to hour-long call communicating this brief and explaining it, I can include a Loom video just like the one I'm recording right now that walks through all of it. And then after that, I can add in our company name, I can add in our product, and then I can add in our target audience as well, women who want organic coffee. Let's say they're health conscious as well. And I can add in a product description, copy and paste it from a website to then write a script with AI. Now, AI used to be really goofy. It overpromised and underdelivered, but the AI in Foreplay that we use is great. It's like having a marketing assistant that really gets it, that understands your brand and faithfully reproduces what you need. So the cool thing here is that it breaks it up into the different parts of your ad, like your problem, your solution, product description from your original source material. And it's just our job now to go through it with a fine-tooth comb and add those last finishing tweaks, right? That's a little sprinkle of magic. Then we can turn that into a storyboard as well. It's going to pull out images from each of these different scenes, and it's going to pull out the script copy and action descriptions. And we can add any text overlays we want in here as well. It's using AI to add these in for us, but we can remove them, add them, change them around before we send them to our team. Now, that was very specific for that one video ad. So maybe I want to remove all of those pieces and turn off those AI tools just so that when I'm communicating this to my design team, they just take that inspiration and they create lots of variations that are appropriate to our brand. When I share that with our creative team in, let's say, Slack, Asana, they'll get it and they can upload all of the ads that they make directly to this file with the upload content button in the bottom. So then our next creative launch for the next month is handled. And we're not just making them based off of whatever we saw in our timelines. We're not making them based off of whatever tooling we have and just hoping that it works. We're making them based off of what actually works in the market right now for the fastest growing brands in our space. And that's how you can use Foreplay to research which ads are working from the fastest growing brands in e-commerce and provide that as creative strategy direction to your creative team. Thank you so much.